Assalamualaikum and hi. In this video, I will share some knowledge about homeostasis of thermoregulation. So, what is thermoregulation? Basically, thermoregulation is the control of our internal body temperature. Meanwhile, homeostasis refers to the process of maintaining biologically stable conditions inside a living organism through physiological process. So, one of the most important things our body has to regulate is our body temperature. Our body temperature have to kept around 37 degrees Celsius all the time. This is because 37 degrees Celsius is the perfect temperature for our enzyme to function. If we get to the extreme body temperature, it can affect our body's ability to function. For example, if our body temperature falls to 35 degrees Celsius or lower, we will have hypothermia. This condition could lead us to cardiac arrest, brain damage, or even death. If our body temperature rises as high as 42 degrees Celsius, we can suffer brain damage and or even death. In order to achieve this stable temperature, we have something called thermoregulatory center within our brain at the hypothalamus. Thermoregulatory center act as thermostat for our body. So when it senses our internal temperature becoming too low or too high, it sends signals to muscles, organs, glands, and the nervous system. They respond in variety of ways to help return our temperature to normal. We also have receptors throughout our body which will detect changes in body temperature too. Most of them being found in the skin or our blood vessels. By constantly sending information about our temperature to thermoregulatory center, the brain is able to figure out if we are too hot or too cold. If it decides that we are too hot, it will send signals designed to cool us back down. When it detects that we are too cold, it will bring about changes that warm us back up. So to understand how thermoregulation works, we need to look at the particular mechanism included to warm us up and to cool us down. In order to warm up, we need to conserve the heat that we have and generate more. So the first way to conserve heat is through vasoconstriction. This means our blood vessels under the skin will become narrower, which lead to decrease the blood flow to our skin, thus retaining heat near the warm inner body. To generate more body heat, our body's muscles, organs, and brain can produce heat in a variety of ways. This is called as thermogenesis. For example, our muscles can produce heat by shivering. Next, the way to generate body heat is by hormonal thermogenesis. It means our thyroid gland release hormones to increase our metabolism. This will increase the energy of our body creates and the amount of heat it produces. Meanwhile, to cool us down, we basically do the opposite. So, the blood vessels under the skin getting wider, then will increase the blood flow to our skin where it is cooler. This way is called a vasodilation. This lets our body to transfer the heat to the surrounding by heat radiation. We also produce sweat, which is the mixture of water and salts. Our sweat glands will release our sweat, which cools our skin as it evaporates. As the sweat evaporates, it takes the heat energy from our body away with it because it requires a lot of energy to evaporate water. So it helps lower our internal temperature, which means it will cool us down. So, to conclude again, thermoregulation is the way our body control our internal temperature by warm us up and cool us down. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.